Well, hello. It is almost 6 p.m., day 50, um, and I'm in a little bit of trouble. So I came to Lickskillet Hostel yesterday evening. The last video, I think, was me going down to that Jenny cabin shelter, and I don't think I stated in the video, but I was really feeling sick. I was nauseous, and I barely made it up to the top. I could barely leave Jenny Cabin. When I made it up to the top of the trail, I was just overcome with nausea. I only had 1.2 miles to go. I already talked with Mungo, the proprietor here at Lickskillet Hostel. He was going to pick me up. And I told him, I said, I'm not feeling good. It's going to be slow. And I crawled to the road for him to pick me up and bring me, this 6/10 of a mile to the hostel. But not before throwing up. So I thought maybe it was dehydration, food poisoning. It's just bad reaction to all that greasy food that I had at the outpost, that greasy hamburger and onion rings and stuff. It's just it wasn't norovirus. I mean, I didn't have diarrhea. It was just extreme nausea. So he brought me here, and all I could do was make it to my bed and lay there. And I was moaning out of my head with pain and nausea. Couldn't even turn my head. I can't describe how miserable I was. So I took a full 0 today and have not been right all day. I was feverish, high fever. So it was some kind of an infection. So I don't know what it was. If it was a viral, bacterial infection, with a fever, some kind of an infection, in combination with dehydration. I was dehydrated again. I got a bad habit of getting myself in that position, running out of water. So I don't know, but I have been queasy all day. At least the fever broke at night. I haven't been able to eat anything except for a piece of toast and a cup of yogurt this morning, and then a banana this afternoon. Everybody's fixing dinner here now, and I'm invited to either have dinner here in the hostel with some guys or go to the church that's next door that's having a feed. I need to try to eat something, or else I'm going to be here again tomorrow. I'm very, very weak. All I can do is get up, do one task, and then lay back down. So I did manage to get a shower and wash my clothes today, but that was been an all-day event to get that done. So I'm going to spin it around. I mean, it could be worst place. I guess I have to take a 0 day. It's just a shame that I'm so sick. But I'll show some video later of this hostel, but maybe after dinner. All right, this is the Lickskillet Hostel. It's an old church building, and I'm gonna take you inside. All right, so here's the entrance. It's kind of hard to capture everything, but it's really laid out neat. There's the pulpit up there, and he's got these beds, stereo system, cooking facilities. Big library of movies. And here's where I'm sleeping. I mean, it's like a real bed. Pretty amazing. Oh, I wanted to show you the ceiling too. I mean, there's some damage there to the wood, but this wood ceiling is just amazing, I think. This church was built in 1911. All right, I just shot this video, on my way back from a little tiny Baptist church just down the road just a little bit. That's where Mungo, the proprietor of Lickskillet Hostel, I guess that's where he attends. But they had food and a little Bible study this evening, so I participated in that, and that was very nice. I was able to eat a little bit, but not much, and I'm really queasy and had to come back here and lay down. But probably won't add anything tonight. So this is Wagner von Vonderberg, Guten Nacht, and hopefully tomorrow morning I'll feel even better and be ready to hit the trail. But I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. We'll see. I wanted to take a 360 video, the best I can, of just the atrium coming into the Lickskillet Hostel to show this artwork where he's had artists come in and do kind of like a work for stay. But it's just painted all the way around here, and I gotta kind of move around. Reposition myself here. I can't even get it all in, but you get the idea. It's very nice. Good morning, day 52, Friday, May 28th, I think it is. It is a little after 10 a.m. and I will be leaving Lickskillet Hostel shortly. Just packing up a few last things and finally hitting the trail. So I'm only going to do 13 miles a day. Coming off of 2 full zeros and being sick, I'm going to take it relatively easy, a relatively light day. That gets me to the next shelter, and then tomorrow hopefully I'll be able to do the 18 miles and get into Harrisburg, Virginia. So that's it for now. Stay tuned. It's 11 a.m. and the hiking begins. Okay, I've been hiking for an hour and so far so good. I mean, it's a little rough start. I drank some Coca-Cola before I left, and that was just tearing my stomach up. So I just barely got on the trail, and I had to stop and knock back some baking soda. And since then, I haven't had any more issues. But you know, I did feel a little queasy this morning after eating breakfast, eating some solid food. The guy fixed some scrambled eggs with cheese and some greasy sausage, and had leftovers for anybody that wanted some. So I took a little bit. And not much, but it's just, you know, I was feeling kind of queasy still. My stomach still isn't 100%. So I was a little worried about that, but now that I've been on the trail for an hour, I'm going slow. I'd say no more than 2 miles an hour. And so now that I got 2 miles under my belt, I can tell I'm feeling better. So it's as of last night, it was up to 80-some% chance of rain at different points today, about a 50% chance or higher throughout the day. So, you know, it basically was looking like it's going to rain a lot today. But then this morning, that dropped to where the highest chance is, I think, is 69% between 5 and 7 o'clock tonight. And it did sprinkle, just barely sprinkled here in the last hour, but sun's shining right now. I really don't think it's going to rain any today to any amount that would require me to bring out my umbrella. And it's a pleasant temperature, just enough for me to have my shirt off here. And all in all, a pretty nice day. So I'm coming up on a road that I can go, I think, one way to go to Trent's Grocery, which is a popular place to get food. But I don't know, I'm real gun shy about eating food from little delicatessens and grocery stores on the trail. Because I think that outpost, that Brushy Mountain outpost food 3 days ago is what made me sick. But who knows? All right, coming up on this huge suspension bridge over Kimberling Creek. Yeah, this is like the biggest suspension bridge I think maybe I've ever been on. Wow. And this is hardly a creek, man. This is big enough to be a river. Kimberling Creek. Sweet. All right, so my shoulder was hurting, so I took a little pack off break here at the end of this bridge. You can maybe hear the road noise. The road crossing is just, I mean, I can see it from here. But Kimberling Creek, I'm assuming, flows to the New River because the New River passes through Pearisburg, which will be my endpoint tomorrow night. And it just struck me, you know, that forever now I've been hiking through a section of the country that drains into the Tennessee River. You got the French Broad in Hot Springs that certainly empties into the Tennessee River, and then here more recently, you know, the tributaries of the Holston River, and the Holston certainly flows into the Tennessee. But the New River, somebody will have to check me on this, I think flows north from this part of the country and empties into the Ohio River. So I thought that's kind of an interesting little geography lesson for you guys. Bye. All right, so I skipped Trent's Grocery. There's nothing I needed to buy or wanted to eat. But I did take this 3/10 of a mile detour out into this creek to see Dismal Falls. So here we are, and people on the other side of the falls can access it. I think there's a road pretty close to the other side, and they take that trail down. But yeah, pretty nice. And it had just started to rain, so I got my umbrella up. There you go, Dismal Falls. Okay, it's 4:30 and I finally made it to the Wapiti Shelter, which it's a tiny shelter, only holds 5, so I hope Wapiti isn't the Shawnee Indian word for full. We shall see. I don't see anything, but I hear voices.